I'm going to show you how a basic back gauge works. This is a retrofit for older shears and press brakes, and it's a basic single access Goto back gauge. I'm going to start off by homing the machine and just making the gauge go back to where it started. What we've done is we've taken a 50-year-old Cincinnati shear, 10-foot quarter, and we've modified it to have a Goto system back gauge that you've seen on the marketplace on your newer machines. And we've got the machine powered down, and now what we're going to do is we're going to power the machine up and we're going to send the back gauge to home. The machine will automatically run the back gauge to a home position, stopping at a limit switch to give it the size and dimension of where the machine is running. Now that the machine's home, we're going to go around to the front control, which is the HMI or Human Interface Control. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to turn on the new control system, and we're going to show you how it initializes, and we're going to run the system for basic back gauge control. As you can see, it's going back to its 36-inch dimension, which is the length of this screw, and it has two different scales. It has absolute position, and it has the target position. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell it that we want to go into 30 inches. So we hit enter, we press 3, 0, enter. And as you can see, the scale's moving, it's telling it where it's coming into, and it'll automatically come into 30 inches, stop, and we're ready to go. Now on older machines, there's a problem with backlash in the screws. And what we've done to compensate for that is we have put in backlash compensation into the machine. So when we came in, there was no backlash because it was all out. When we're going to go out, we're going to create a move that would create backlash and a problem in dimension of the machine. We're going to press in 33. And then when we hit enter, it's actually going to go to 33 1/8. And then come back in to compensate for the backlash in the screw. Now that we've compensated, we have an accurate dimension. And we can do that at any dimension. It automatically does itself. So now we've got an old machine that is cutting accurately even with worn parts. Now we can't take out all the wear in the parts. However, the repeatability will be every single time, even with regular Acme screws. It doesn't have to have ball screws. It's a very basic system. It's single access, and it's designed for older shears or to replace on an old press brake that the control might be worn out, where we can take it, we can do the exact same thing for single access control. If you have questions about this, my company is Northeast Machine Tool. I've been doing this for about 20 years. I've serviced shears and press brakes. And we've come up with a design that I think will actually work for a lot of the older equipment that's out there. So you don't need to go out and buy a new machine. You can actually take your old machine, retrofit it, and have an accurate piece. And you don't have to worry about knowing how to judge the size of pieces because the back gauge now is doing it all for you. Give us a call at 508-853-506 or 1-866-853-5006. Ready? As you can see, we use the original chain drive, and it's still very smooth as far as the way the machine works. We've compensated for the chain and the backlash in the screws. It finds itself, it takes out the backlash and goes back to its position that we told on the control. The way that we're selling this back gauge system is you can purchase it for your machine to install yourself, or we can install it for you. Each application has a few different variations, but what we've done is we've actually used most of the components of the existing back gauge system. The changes would be either possibly a timing belt or a particular sprocket and gear ratio. Those instructions included with basic mechanical ability. This is something that you can install for yourself. If you have any questions, we're available to talk to, and we will also help you walk through setting up and scaling the installation. We've installed this on a Cincinnati shear, but this application will work for Wison, Hexto, actually any shear. Because of the way that the program is built, we can adjust it to the screw pitch, we can adjust it to the screw length, and the age of the machine and the way that the machine is driven doesn't really change what we're doing in the program that we've designed. Our controller, resolver motor, and HMI control have all taken into consideration your particular machine, and when you order it, we will already program it for what your application is.